guys. Okay, so I'm going to be making this video today about like winging it, of course, but about just I guess more random tips and stuff. Um, my laptop is on my stool on my bed, so that'll be high enough. So it's like you guys, it's like a little bit wiggly, but so I have a bunch of tabs open, and I have a tab with like a list maker thing, and I have a list of stuff that I'm gonna address. Um, so that's what this video is gonna be about today. Sorry, I keep saying Nate's eating lunch in his high chair, so I'll probably have to go check on him a few times, of course. And what else was I gonna say? Well, I hope it has sound too. I'm worried about the sound. But what I'm going to do is make these short. I'm going to try to make them between like 5 and 10 minutes so that I can stop and check. Because it'll suck so bad if, again, I don't have sound. So, I'm just going to jump right in. I'm going to pull up the... Oh, I have way too many tabs open. I'm going to pull up the... Not this one. The thing I have with the list I made. So, and I'm going to address that. Okay, so, let me move it over. Oops. There. Okay, so here we go. I'm just start anywhere. One of the questions I had on my Facebook from someone was about relationships. Like, can you have a relationship while you're a dancer? You totally can. There's so many dancers I've known that are married and stuff like that. I actually, when I first started dancing, I was in a long-term relationship. We'd been together like a year and a half or something like that. And he didn't like it at all, and it made him uncomfortable, and like knowing I was with other guys at work, of course, but he also knew that like I was the sole supporter of us for the most part at that time, and so it was really important that I did go dance, and he knew that as well. But he was like, I guess you would say like super insecure, super insanely jealous. Like, this was a really awful relationship that I should have left way earlier on, like probably from the beginning. I shouldn't have even gotten into it. But he did really good being supportive. Like, I would get off work, call him on my way home, talk to him while I was coming home. He would meet me at my car so I wouldn't have to walk up our apartments alone at like 4 in the morning. Why does this look all crooked and weird? What's going on here? Okay, so it's okay. Sorry. So you what, baby? That is so cool. Are you eating your bite? Okay, have a big bite, please, okay? So yeah, he would meet me down there, and he would walk me up, he'd take my bags, and then I would smoke a bowl when I got off work, because it would be like 3 in the morning, and we had 3 kids at the time. I had my son, he had his 2 daughters, and sometimes he'd wait up for me, sometimes he'd wake up and meet me, one way or the other, and he'd count my money for me while I smoked a bowl to get nice and tired for bed, and relax, and we'd talk, and, spend some time together. And then on the nights I worked, because I only worked Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so I had the rest of the week off home with my family, because we were really like a little family at that time. And so he would let me sleep in a little bit so I could, instead of going to bed at 4 and getting up at 8, I could sleep till like 11 or 12 on those days, because it was just 3 days out of the week. But the point was is that it was necessary, and I wanted to do it, and I liked it, and he was supportive of it. You can't expect support from an insecure guy, and you really shouldn't be in a relationship with someone who's insecure anyways. So it really depends on the guy. Because if you are in a relationship with someone like that, he should trust you. You should have someone who trusts you, regardless of your, what would you call it, your occupation. So if there's no trust, then you might as well leave the relationship anyways. And also, you really shouldn't let anyone have a huge say in what you choose to do with your life, your body, how you make your money. As long as you're going home to him at the end of the night and he knows that, and like, that trust needs to be there. That's the most important thing, is that the trust needs to be there. But if it's someone who's saying like, well, if you're going to be a dancer, I'm not going to be with you, then say bye, because you don't need a man like that anyways. You need one who's going to say, that makes me uncomfortable. Can we sit down and talk about it? How can I feel more secure about this? But do what you want to do. You know what I mean? And That's what really counts, is the trust. That's the most important. So yes, you can have a good relationship like that, but it depends all on you and all on the guy and what's going on in your relationship. Okay, so next I have little things like, I wanted to point out things you need to bring. Like I've mentioned before, you need to have something to keep your money in. A lot of people keep it on a garter and stuff like that, but I never really liked that. I don't remember if I showed you guys my wristlet or whatever it is. It's just like a clutch with a strap, because that way you can just dangle it on your wrist and you don't have to worry about holding it or dropping it or anything. Just always keep it on your wrist. There have been times with the purse that I have now that I've set it down and been talking to somebody off my wrist and then got up and walked away from it, and I'm like, holy fuck, where's my purse? Don't do that. Do not do that. Make sure you keep it on you at all times. Um, there are shoes that you can peel back the sole of the shoe, like where your foot goes, and stuff your money in a clear heel, which is something else I was going to tell you guys. Clear heels are tacky. I would not. My first heels were clear. After like 2 months, they are so dirty. The foot part where you put your feet, it's just trashy. You know, it just looks like shit. It looks cheap. It looks like a place you'd go where dancers get blowjobs for 20 bucks, you know? So try to get black shoes or pink shoes, or get shoes that glow, or get bling shoes, you know? And I would always suggest getting the clear straps, just because they really hang on tight, and then it looks like you don't have straps on your feet, which is really pretty. Everybody knows. Ugh. So it would look like you don't even have straps on your feet, and you just have that extra height. Also about shoes, I was going to say, start with the lower heels. You don't want to start with 9-inch heels if you've never walked in stripper shoes before. Um, they have like 5 and 6-inch ones. They're just as cute, and it really doesn't matter that much as long as you, I mean, you'd rather be walking sexy in a pair of heels than like clomping around in 8-inch heels. And you can't dance in them if you can't walk in them. You know what I mean? It'll make it so much harder. So about the shoes, those are my suggestions. Also, you have to learn to, I'm going to stop this at 10 minutes, by the way. You need to learn to accept being rejected. You're going to be rejected. When I first started dancing, that would really, really fuck with me a lot, really bad, was like, I'd go up to somebody and, you know, talk to him, spend like 10 minutes talking to him, because I didn't know any better yet. You know, I was just winging it. 10, 20 minutes, I'm sitting there talking to this guy, get to the point where I ask it for a dance, and he's like, oh, no, this, that, you know, not right now, maybe later, or I'm not here for dancing, and like, I'm just like, why doesn't he want to dance for me? Like, and then you go to the next guy, and maybe you're like, all right, I'm not going to sit here for 20 minutes, I'm just going to cut to the chase and start, you know, asking 2, 3 questions and see if he wants me to dance. Then he turns you down, then the next guy turns you down, then that guy turns you down, and it happens, it's going to happen, it will happen to every dancer. And when you've been there 4 hours, it's a slow night, and 6 guys just turned you down, all you're going to want to do is go cry. Like, literally, you're going to be like, why am I even here? You're going to feel down about yourself. You're going to be like questioning, do I look like shit? Is there something wrong with me? Like, am I doing this wrong? No, you're not doing it wrong, and it is not you. It's them. Maybe they don't have money. Maybe they're just an asshole. Maybe they're just there for a drink. Maybe you're not their type. Maybe they like blonde girls. Maybe this, maybe that. It's not you. It's not you. Because after those 6 guys, if you get discouraged and you drop that good, happy mood, how are you going to sell it to the guy who might have $300 in his pocket and is just too shy to come up to you? Or the guy that just walked in the door that was planning, you know, he had a bad day and he wants to just get danced on by the pretty dark-haired girl. You you can't get discouraged. You cannot get discouraged. That is the killer, because the minute your mood drops, you might as well go home. Like, I'm not even kidding you. There are so many times where, like, especially, someone else asked me this too, which I will say real quick because it's nothing big. Which seasons are good? I don't know about other states, but here in Arizona where I live, summer sucks. It sucks. Right now is when it's picking up, when the weather starts getting nicer, when the snowbirds come in from their cold states to come enjoy our Arizona weather. That's when you make the money in Arizona. So if you live in Arizona or a warm state like that, save your money while you're making it. If it's only 10%, save 10%, please, because you'll regret it when you're broke and no one's coming in. So just take that to heart. But I forgot what I was talking about. Hold on. I knew that was going to happen too. I was talking about getting rejected. Oh yeah, because it was slow at the clubs lately. So lately when it's been slow, and not lately because I haven't been dancing lately because of personal things, but when I was last dancing, after like 2 hours, when there's only like 3 customers in the whole club and there's 10 strippers sitting at the bar chilling because there's no one there, and the 5 guys that are there in the last 4 hours shut you down, all you're going to want to do is go home, because you're going to feel like, what's the point? And as soon as you feel that feeling, it's really hard to get it to go away. So if you're getting turned down a lot, that's when you need to start thinking like it's not so much of a job. You need to stop thinking about the money. You need to just tell yourself you have permission not to make money if that's the case, but you do not have permission to let this club ruin your mood, or any of those guys. That regardless of how much money you make tonight or how much money you don't make, you are going to go home happy. You're not going to let anyone discourage you or make you feel bad about yourself or anything like that. So just don't let shit get to you, because you can't. I mean, a lot of different jobs are different, but as a dancer, as soon as shit gets you down, you're down. You might as well leave, because you're not going to make shit with that grumpy ass mood. So that's what I have to say about that. I'm going to stop the video because we're at 11 minutes, and I'm going to watch it, and hopefully it has sound, and then I'm not even going to get up. I'm just going to push record again. So I'll be right back.